Have you ever worried about a parent or grandparent who seems to be taking more pills than meals, or found yourself wondering if a simple fall was just an accident or a sign of something more serious? Have you ever felt a pang of concern that your loved one might be lonely, or dismissed a confusing phone call they received as just a simple telemarketer? These moments are exactly why you need to watch this video until the very end. The dangers facing seniors today go far beyond what most of us imagine. They are silent, complex, and often disguised as normal parts of aging. Sticking with us through this entire video is crucial because we won't just list the problems. We will break down a doctor-approved action plan for each one, giving you simple, practical, and life-saving strategies to protect the people you care about most from medication errors, devastating falls, financial scams, and the hidden epidemics of malnutrition and isolation. The information we reveal in the final sections could be the most important you hear all year, providing the critical knowledge you need to ensure your loved ones can navigate their golden years with the safety, dignity, and happiness they deserve. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. 1. The perils of polypharmacy and medication mismanagement. As individuals advance in age, the likelihood of developing chronic health conditions, such as hypertension, diabetes, arthritis, or heart disease, increases significantly, often necessitating the use of multiple medications to manage these ailments. This phenomenon, known as polypharmacy, is defined as the concurrent use of 5 or more medications and is particularly prevalent among older adults. While these medications can be critical for controlling symptoms, preventing disease progression, or even extending life expectancy, they also introduce a complex web of risks that can compromise health and quality of life. The aging body undergoes physiological changes, including a slower metabolism, reduced liver and kidney function, and altered drug absorption, which can profoundly affect how medications are processed. These changes heighten the potential for adverse drug reactions, dangerous interactions, and unintended consequences, making polypharmacy a significant public health concern. Furthermore, the inclusion of over-the-counter medications, vitamins, and herbal supplements in a person's regimen often goes unreported to healthcare providers, compounding the risks. Addressing polypharmacy requires vigilance, proactive communication with healthcare professionals, and a commitment to regular oversight to ensure that the benefits of each medication outweigh its potential harms. The dangers of polypharmacy are multifaceted and can have profound implications for older adults' physical and mental well-being. One of the most significant risks is the increased likelihood of side effects, which can be exacerbated by age-related physiological changes. For example, a decline in kidney function can cause medications to accumulate in the bloodstream, leading to intensified side effects such as dizziness, confusion, drowsiness, or even internal bleeding. These symptoms can impair daily functioning and increase the risk of accidents, such as falls. Additionally, the more medications a person takes, the greater the chance of harmful drug interactions. For instance, one medication may inhibit the metabolism of another, reducing its effectiveness, or conversely, amplify its effects to toxic levels, as seen in cases where blood thinners interact with certain pain relievers. Certain medications, particularly those with anticholinergic properties, such as some antidepressants, antihistamines, and sleep aids, pose a unique threat by contributing to cognitive impairment. These drugs can cause confusion, memory lapses, and, over time, may elevate the risk of developing dementia, a particularly alarming prospect for older adults and their families. Another insidious consequence of polypharmacy is the prescribing cascade, where a side effect of one medication is mistaken for a new medical condition, prompting the prescription of yet another drug. For example, a patient experiencing dizziness from a blood pressure medication might be prescribed an additional medication to address what is perceived as a balance disorder, perpetuating a cycle of unnecessary and potentially harmful treatments. This cascade not only increases the medication burden but also complicates treatment plans, making it harder for patients to adhere to their regimens. To mitigate the risks associated with polypharmacy, older adults and their caregivers must adopt proactive strategies to ensure safe medication management. One of the most effective measures is maintaining a comprehensive and up-to-date medication list that includes all prescription drugs, over-the-counter medications, vitamins, and herbal supplements. This list should be shared with every healthcare provider, including primary care physicians, specialists, and pharmacists, during every medical visit to facilitate coordinated care. Regular medication reviews, ideally conducted annually or whenever a new medication is prescribed, are essential for evaluating the necessity of each drug, identifying potential side effects, and detecting possible interactions. These reviews, often referred to as deprescribing when appropriate, allow healthcare providers to streamline regimens, discontinuing medications that are no longer needed or that pose greater risks than benefits. Using a single pharmacy for all prescriptions is another critical step, as it enables pharmacists, who are trained to identify drug interactions, to maintain a complete record of a patient's medications and provide personalized guidance. Finally, patients should feel empowered to question new prescriptions by asking their healthcare providers about the medication's purpose, potential side effects, and how it might interact with their existing regimen. For example, asking, "Is this new medication absolutely necessary, or are there non-pharmacological alternatives?" can spark valuable discussions and prevent unnecessary additions to an already complex medication list. By adopting these protective measures, older adults can navigate the challenges of polypharmacy with greater confidence and safety. 2. The silent epidemic: falls and unsafe home environments. Falls represent a silent but devastating epidemic among older adults, constituting the leading cause of both fatal and non-fatal injuries in this population. Each year, millions of seniors experience falls, many of which result in life-altering consequences that extend far beyond the immediate incident. Contrary to the common misconception that falls are an inevitable part of aging, a significant proportion of these incidents are preventable through targeted interventions and environmental modifications. The stakes are high, as falls can lead to severe physical injuries, emotional distress, and a cascade of health-related complications that erode independence and quality of life. Factors such as muscle weakness, impaired balance, vision or hearing deficits, and hazardous home environments contribute to the risk, but these are often modifiable with the right approach. Moreover, falls can serve as a warning sign of underlying medical conditions, making it imperative to address both the immediate risks and their root causes. By prioritizing home safety, maintaining physical health, and addressing sensory impairments, older adults can significantly reduce their risk of falling and preserve their autonomy for years to come. The consequences of falls are far-reaching, impacting not only physical health but also emotional and social well-being. Physically, falls can result in serious injuries such as hip fractures, broken wrists, or traumatic brain injuries, which often require surgical intervention, prolonged rehabilitation, or permanent changes in mobility. For instance, a hip fracture can lead to months of recovery, during which time an individual may lose the ability to walk independently, necessitating reliance on caregivers or assistive devices. Beyond the physical toll, falls often precipitate a profound fear of falling again, which can fundamentally alter a senior's lifestyle. This fear may cause individuals to avoid activities they once enjoyed, such as walking in the park or attending social gatherings, leading to physical deconditioning, social isolation, and even depression. In some cases, the psychological impact of a fall can be as debilitating as the injury itself, creating a vicious cycle where reduced activity further weakens muscles and balance, increasing the likelihood of future falls. Additionally, falls may signal underlying health issues that require medical attention. For example, a fall could be triggered by orthostatic hypotension, a sudden drop in blood pressure upon standing, an undiagnosed heart arrhythmia, or a neurological condition like Parkinson's disease. Ignoring these warning signs can delay diagnosis and treatment, allowing the underlying condition to worsen. Recognizing falls as both a preventable injury and a potential symptom is critical for safeguarding older adults' health. Preventing falls requires a multifaceted approach that combines environmental modifications, physical health maintenance, and proactive healthcare. One of the most impactful strategies is making the home environment safer by addressing common hazards. Tripping risks, such as loose rugs, cluttered walkways, or stray electrical cords, should be eliminated by securing rugs with double-sided tape, keeping floors clear, and organizing cords along walls. Adequate lighting is equally important, as poor visibility can obscure obstacles or uneven surfaces. Installing bright, energy-efficient lights in hallways, staircases, and bathrooms, along with motion-activated nightlights, can illuminate pathways during nighttime trips to the bathroom. Structural modifications, such as grab bars near toilets and in showers or sturdy handrails on both sides of staircases, provide essential support for maintaining balance. Non-slip mats in bathtubs, showers, and on bathroom floors can further reduce the risk of slipping on wet surfaces. Beyond the home, staying physically active is a cornerstone of fall prevention. Engaging in regular exercise, particularly activities like Tai Chi, yoga, or strength training, enhances balance, coordination, and muscle strength, all of which are critical for stability. Community-based exercise programs tailored for older adults can also foster social connections, further supporting mental and physical health. Regular vision and hearing checkups are vital, as uncorrected impairments, such as cataracts or hearing loss, can compromise spatial awareness and balance. Finally, choosing appropriate footwear is a simple yet effective measure. Older adults should opt for sturdy, well-fitting shoes with non-slip soles and avoid walking in socks or loose slippers, which can increase the risk of slipping. By implementing these protective measures, older adults can create a safer living environment and maintain the confidence to lead active, independent lives. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 3. The hidden hunger, malnutrition and dehydration. Malnutrition and dehydration, though often insidious and overlooked, pose profound threats to the health and well-being of older adults, silently undermining their physical and mental vitality. As individuals age, physiological changes such as a diminished sense of thirst, reduced appetite, or altered metabolism can significantly complicate the maintenance of proper nutrition and hydration. Additionally, external factors, such as limited mobility, financial constraints, difficulty preparing meals, or even social isolation, can exacerbate these challenges, making it harder for seniors to consume adequate nutrients and fluids. These conditions are far from benign. They can precipitate a cascade of health complications, compromising quality of life and increasing vulnerability to other medical issues. Understanding the dangers and implementing proactive strategies are essential to safeguarding the health of older adults and ensuring they thrive in their later years. The risks associated with malnutrition and dehydration are both varied and severe, impacting nearly every system in the body. A deficient intake of essential nutrients, such as proteins, vitamins, and minerals, can weaken the immune system, leaving older adults more susceptible to infections like pneumonia or urinary tract infections, which can be particularly dangerous in this population. Malnutrition also contributes to muscle weakness and frailty, as inadequate protein and calorie intake lead to sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. This increases the likelihood of falls, fractures, and subsequent hospitalizations, which can spiral into further health decline. Dehydration, similarly, has far-reaching consequences. It can cause confusion, dizziness, and profound fatigue, symptoms that may be mistaken for other conditions or dismissed as mere signs of aging. In severe cases, dehydration can strain the cardiovascular system, impair kidney function, and exacerbate chronic conditions such as diabetes, heart disease, or kidney disease, all of which require meticulous nutritional and hydration management to remain stable. These interconnected risks highlight the critical need for vigilance in ensuring older adults maintain proper nourishment and fluid intake. To combat these hidden dangers, a multifaceted approach is necessary, tailored to the unique needs and preferences of each individual. Encouraging regular fluid intake is a cornerstone of prevention. Caregivers and family members can offer a variety of beverages, water, milk, herbal teas, or fruit-infused water, to make hydration more appealing, especially for those who find plain water unpalatable. Scheduling sips throughout the day, perhaps alongside meals or medications, can help overcome a diminished thirst reflex. Nutrition, too, demands careful attention. Meals should prioritize nutrient-dense foods, such as colorful fruits and vegetables packed with vitamins and antioxidants, lean proteins like chicken, fish, or legumes to support muscle health, and whole grains for sustained energy and fiber. For seniors who struggle with large portions due to reduced appetite or physical limitations, offering smaller, more frequent meals. Perhaps 6 mini-meals or nutrient-rich snacks like yogurt, nuts, or smoothies can be a more manageable and effective strategy. Social engagement at mealtimes can also play a pivotal role, as dining with family, friends, or in a community setting can stimulate appetite and transform eating into a pleasurable, anticipated event rather than a chore. Beyond dietary adjustments, addressing dental health is critical, as painful gums, tooth loss, or ill-fitting dentures can make chewing uncomfortable or even impossible. Regular dental checkups and timely interventions, such as denture adjustments or treatment for oral pain, can remove barriers to proper nutrition. Finally, caregivers and loved ones must remain vigilant for warning signs of malnutrition or dehydration, including unintentional weight loss, reduced appetite, lethargy, dark or scant urine, or dry mouth. Early recognition of these red flags allows for prompt intervention, potentially averting serious health consequences and fostering a higher quality of life for older adults. 4. The shadows of isolation. The critical need for social engagement. Social isolation and loneliness, increasingly recognized as pressing public health crises, cast long and perilous shadows over the lives of older adults, with consequences as severe as those posed by smoking or obesity. For seniors, the natural transitions of aging, such as the loss of a spouse, retirement from professional life, or reduced mobility due to physical limitations, can shrink social circles, leaving them disconnected from the relationships and interactions that once enriched their lives. This isolation is not merely an emotional hardship. It carries profound implications for both mental and physical health, shortening lifespans and diminishing overall well-being. As social networks dwindle, older adults may find themselves grappling with feelings of loneliness that, left unaddressed, can spiral into debilitating health challenges. Combating this epidemic of disconnection requires intentional efforts to foster meaningful connections, leveraging community resources, technology, and personal interests to restore a sense of belonging and purpose. The dangers of social isolation are both extensive and deeply concerning, affecting mental, physical, and even existential aspects of health. On the mental health front, prolonged loneliness is a well-documented risk factor for depression and anxiety, conditions that can erode an individual's sense of self-worth and joy. Even more alarmingly, social isolation has been linked to cognitive decline, including an increased risk of developing Alzheimer's disease or other forms of dementia, as the brain is deprived of the stimulation and engagement that social interactions provide. Physically, the toll is equally significant. Loneliness has been associated with a heightened risk of cardiovascular issues, including heart disease and stroke, as chronic stress and inflammation take their toll on the body. The immune system, too, suffers, becoming less effective at warding off illness, which leaves isolated seniors more vulnerable to infections and slower to recover. Perhaps most sobering, research consistently shows that prolonged social isolation can shorten lifespans, with some studies suggesting that its impact rivals that of major risk factors like smoking or sedentary lifestyles. These interconnected risks underscore the urgency of addressing social isolation not as a peripheral concern but as a critical determinant of health and longevity. To counter the pervasive effects of loneliness, a range of protective measures can be employed to rekindle social connections and foster a sense of community. Strengthening family ties is a vital starting point. Regular visits, phone calls, or video chats with children, grandchildren, or extended family members can provide emotional sustenance and a sense of continuity. For seniors with limited family nearby, community involvement offers a powerful antidote. Senior centers, local clubs, or volunteer opportunities provide structured environments where older adults can forge new friendships and engage in meaningful activities, from book clubs to exercise classes. Exploring hobbies or enrolling in classes tailored to personal interests, such as painting, gardening, or music, can spark both joy and camaraderie, as shared passions often lead to lasting bonds. Technology, too, plays an increasingly important role in bridging distances. Social media platforms, video conferencing tools like Zoom, or even simple messaging apps can keep seniors connected with loved ones across the globe, offering a lifeline to those who might otherwise feel cut off. For those living alone, companionship services can provide not only practical assistance with daily tasks but also the warmth of human interaction, whether through conversation, shared meals, or outings. By weaving together these strategies, family engagement, community participation, creative pursuits, and technological tools, older adults can rebuild their social networks, rediscovering purpose and connection in their daily lives. These efforts not only mitigate the health risks of isolation but also enrich the later years with meaning, laughter, and a renewed sense of belonging. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 5. Navigating the digital and financial minefield. Scams and exploitation. As individuals age, they often become prime targets for scammers who exploit their vulnerabilities with ruthless precision. Older adults are particularly susceptible due to a combination of factors: their perceived politeness and trusting nature, the likelihood of having accumulated significant savings over decades of work, and, in some cases, a limited understanding of rapidly evolving digital platforms and technologies. These scams are not merely opportunistic but often meticulously crafted, leveraging psychological manipulation and technological tools to prey on seniors' goodwill and lack of suspicion. The impact of these fraudulent schemes extends far beyond financial devastation, eroding trust, security, and emotional well-being. By understanding the dangers and adopting robust protective strategies, seniors can fortify themselves against these predatory tactics. The dangers, the risks posed by scams are profound and multifaceted, affecting seniors in ways that can fundamentally alter their lives. Significant financial loss is a primary concern. Many older adults have fallen victim to sophisticated scams that drain their retirement savings or pension funds, leaving them financially destitute in their later years. For example, a single fraudulent scheme could wipe out decades of careful savings, forcing seniors to rely on limited Social Security payments or family support, which may not always be available. Beyond the financial toll, emotional distress is a pervasive consequence. Victims often grapple with intense feelings of shame, embarrassment, and self-blame, which can deter them from seeking help or reporting the crime. This emotional burden can lead to social withdrawal and a diminished sense of self-worth. Additionally, identity theft is a growing threat, as scammers trick seniors into divulging sensitive personal information, such as Social Security numbers, bank account details, or credit card numbers, that can be used to open fraudulent accounts, incur debts, or commit other crimes in the victim's name. The process of resolving identity theft can be arduous and costly, further compounding the victim's distress. Common scams targeting seniors. Scammers employ a variety of tactics tailored to exploit the vulnerabilities of older adults, each designed to manipulate trust or create panic. Government impersonation scams are among the most prevalent, with fraudsters posing as representatives from trusted institutions like the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, Social Security Administration, or Medicare. These scammers often use spoofed phone numbers or official-looking emails to threaten seniors with legal action, fines, or loss of benefits unless immediate payment or personal information is provided. For instance, a senior might receive a call claiming they owe back taxes and must pay via wire transfer to avoid arrest, a tactic that preys on fear and urgency. Tech support scams are another common ploy, where a pop-up message or unsolicited phone call warns of a non-existent virus or security breach on the senior's computer. The scammer offers to fix the issue for a fee, often gaining remote access to the device to steal data or install malware. Grandparent scams tug at emotional heartstrings, with fraudsters impersonating a distressed grandchild who claims to need urgent funds for an emergency, such as bail, medical bills, or travel expenses. These calls often occur late at night to catch victims off guard, and the scammer may use personal details gleaned from social media to make the story convincing. Romance scams exploit loneliness, with fraudsters creating fake online profiles on dating sites or social media to build a romantic relationship with a senior. After establishing trust, they concoct a crisis, such as a medical emergency or business failure, and request money, often repeatedly. Lottery and sweepstakes scams appeal to hope and greed, informing seniors they've won a substantial prize but must first pay fees for taxes, processing, or delivery. These scams often involve multiple payments, as the promised prize never materializes. Protective measures. Safeguarding against scams requires vigilance, education, and proactive measures to minimize risk. Seniors should be skeptical of unsolicited contact, treating unexpected phone calls, emails, text messages, or social media messages with caution, especially those that demand immediate action or create a sense of urgency. A legitimate organization will never pressure someone to act without verification. Seniors should never give out personal information to anyone who initiates contact, including Social Security numbers, bank account details, credit card numbers, or passwords. Even seemingly harmless details, like a home address or date of birth, can be used to build a profile for further exploitation. Resisting pressure to act immediately is critical, as scammers rely on rushed decisions to bypass rational thinking. Seniors should take time to evaluate any financial request and consult with a trusted family member, friend, or financial advisor before proceeding. To verify independently, seniors should hang up on suspicious callers and contact the organization directly using a phone number or email address from the official website or a trusted source, such as a government directory. Finally, seniors should avoid paying with gift cards or wire transfers, as these methods are untraceable and favored by scammers. Legitimate businesses and government agencies will never request payment through these channels. By adopting these practices and staying informed about emerging scam tactics, seniors can significantly reduce their vulnerability to exploitation. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 6. The decline of the senses, Unaddressed vision and hearing loss. As individuals age, gradual declines in vision and hearing are a natural part of the aging process, but when these sensory impairments go unaddressed, they can profoundly affect a senior's safety, independence, and overall quality of life. These changes often occur so subtly that seniors may not immediately recognize the extent of their impairment, delaying intervention until significant consequences arise. Uncorrected vision and hearing loss not only pose practical challenges but also contribute to social, emotional, and cognitive difficulties that can erode a senior's confidence and well-being. By prioritizing regular screenings and leveraging adaptive strategies, seniors can mitigate these risks and maintain a higher degree of autonomy and engagement in their daily lives. The dangers. The consequences of untreated sensory loss are far-reaching, impacting both physical safety and mental health. Increased risk of accidents is a primary concern, as diminished vision can lead to missteps, falls, or errors in reading medication labels, which can result in dangerous overdoses or missed doses. For seniors who continue to drive, poor vision can impair their ability to read road signs, judge distances, or react to hazards, increasing the likelihood of collisions. Similarly, hearing loss can prevent seniors from detecting critical auditory cues, such as smoke alarms, doorbells, or approaching vehicles, leaving them vulnerable in emergencies. Social isolation is another significant risk, as difficulty hearing conversations, especially in noisy environments, can make communication frustrating and exhausting. Over time, seniors may avoid social gatherings, family events, or community activities, leading to loneliness and a reduced support network. Cognitive decline is an emerging area of concern, with research indicating a strong correlation between untreated hearing loss and an accelerated rate of cognitive impairment, including dementia. The added mental effort required to process sounds may strain cognitive resources, while social isolation further exacerbates cognitive decline. Finally, depression is a common outcome of sensory loss, as the frustration of struggling to see or hear, coupled with the isolation it causes, can lead to feelings of sadness, hopelessness, and diminished self-esteem. These emotional challenges can create a vicious cycle, where depression further discourages seniors from seeking help or engaging with their surroundings. Protective measures. Addressing vision and hearing loss requires a proactive approach to detection, correction, and adaptation. Regular screenings are the cornerstone of prevention, with annual vision and hearing exams recommended for all seniors, even those who believe their senses are intact. Early detection allows for timely interventions that can slow progression or compensate for deficits. For those diagnosed with sensory impairments, using corrective devices is essential. Eyeglasses should be updated regularly to match current prescriptions, and contact lenses or surgical options like cataract removal may be appropriate in some cases. Hearing aids, when prescribed, should be worn consistently and maintained properly to ensure optimal performance. Seniors should work closely with audiologists to find devices that suit their needs and lifestyle. Optimizing the home environment can also make a significant difference. For vision, installing brighter lighting, using high-contrast colors for stairs or doorways, and removing tripping hazards can enhance safety and visibility. For hearing, reducing background noise by using rugs or curtains, and positioning seating to face speakers, can improve communication. Utilizing assistive technologies offers additional support, such as amplified telephones, captioned video calls, or vibrating alert systems for doorbells and alarms. Large print books, magnifiers, or text-to-speech software can aid those with vision loss, while flashing smoke detectors or bed shakers can alert those with hearing impairments to emergencies. By combining these strategies with ongoing education about sensory health, seniors can navigate the challenges of sensory decline with greater confidence and independence. By shedding light on these critical areas, scams and exploitation, and sensory decline, healthcare professionals, families, and caregivers aim to empower older adults to take charge of their safety and well-being. Recognizing these risks is only the first step. Implementing preventative measures and fostering open communication with trusted loved ones are essential for navigating the complexities of aging. With the right tools, knowledge, and support, seniors can face these challenges head-on, preserving their dignity, security, and quality of life as they embrace their later years. And that's a wrap on the 6 critical dangers every senior and their family should be aware of. We've covered a lot of ground, from the hidden perils in the medicine cabinet and the importance of a fall-proof home, to the silent struggles of loneliness, malnutrition, and the ever-present threat of financial scams. We hope this has opened your eyes to the simple, yet powerful steps you can take to protect yourself or the seniors in your life. Now, We want to hear from you. What have you learned so far? Think about everything we've discussed. We'd love for you to comment on one thing you have learned today that you will bring to practice in life. Will you schedule a medication review for a parent? Help clear out tripping hazards in a grandparent's home? Or maybe set up a weekly video call to combat loneliness? Sharing your commitment can inspire others in our community to take action too. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more essential health and safety advice. Thank you for watching, and stay safe.